Welcome to Lesson 9. Your two-letter word to is used in a couple of ways. One way is let's say you're sending a letter. Typically here you write from, and that's your information. You have your name, last name, address, etc. But then down here, you are going to write to, and there's a recipient, right? So we use this two-letter word to show direction. Direction. It's going a certain way. It's going to a recipient. Recipient. It shows a certain direction, or there's a recipient because it's going somewhere. But we also use this word to create what we call an infinitive phrase, an infinitive verb phrase. And I will write it down. Infinitive, verb, phrase. You achieve this by using a to in front of whatever verb. When you add to to the sentence in front of your verb, you've just created an infinitive verb phrase with the help of that guy right there, to, okay? Let's erase this so that we don't have too much going on the board. So let us use 3 examples of verbs. Let's see, run. Let's use dance. And let's use walk. Walk. Okay? And we are going to add to run, to dance, to walk. You are working with an infinitive verb phrase. This little phrase contains one verb, and in front of it you have two. This in Spanish will translate into one word. You guys use 2 words to say that, right? You have to say to run, to dance, to walk. We don't. We do that in one word, and that verb ends in an R. So we're going to do all 3 so that you see what I'm talking about. So to run would be correr. To dance would be bailar. To walk would be caminar. Okay? So anytime you have this form, you have your verb and the to in front of it, you know that if you want to translate that into Spanish, your answer will have one word, one verb, and it's always going to end with an R because of that right there. Okay? Now, here's the interesting part. As you know, in Spanish, every noun has a gender. It's either a he or a she. Same thing in French, but we're not going to get into French. This is Spanish, but in Spanish, every noun has a gender. Even the roof. A roof is a male, it's a he. A floor is a male. A wall is a female, a she, etc., etc. So anytime you have a noun, you have to think of a gender. What gender is this noun? Okay, and that's possibly one of the hardest things to learn when you are learning how to speak in Spanish. You have to remember the gender of everything, right? Okay, the good thing is that when it comes to verbs, you do not have to worry at all about gender. It is gender neutral. Let's use a different color. It is gender neutral. Gender neutral. Neutral. It can be a girl or it can be a boy. And this is wonderful because when it comes to a noun, if you're talking about a house, for instance, that's a she, that's a girl, a female. You have to remember casa, casa, right? That's a lot to remember. But when it comes to, and I will erase this because I don't want to have too much going on the board, okay? So when it comes to your verbs, thank goodness, you don't have to worry about genders.